Hello guys, just quickly gonna go over the things you can do now to stop paying the mortgage for this house or whatever property it is you got. And I don't care if it's an investment property or if it's your own home. And I'm talking for all Canadians here. The steps in the States are a little bit different, but not that different. Same procedure. But if you're in Canada, especially Ontario, this is what you do to stop paying the things that you can stop paying, okay? And then we'll see how it goes when it comes to the actual amount, whether we're deferred or you'll be able to save some interest actually and refinance your mortgage probably. What you do, you call for every home and property you're in. The important thing is that you got to report what your situation is and why. This is not an automatic thing. You got to report why it is that you're having hardship. Your hardship could be sick yourself, any sickness, you just feel that you might have this virus, or the chance that somebody in your household has it, you can't go out. Job, any way that your job, employment, whether it is self-employment or working somewhere, doesn't matter. Any reason that either they want you to stay home, not come to work, or you're losing your job. There's a chance of you losing your job, or your chance you're infecting someone around your environment of your work. So any of those will work. And most important thing is you just say that I'm living paycheck to paycheck, and this will have a major hardship on my life, so I cannot pay it, and I need. They will ask you how long you want it deferred. You say as long as possible because it's unknown your employment. If you are self-employment, any reason will work. I just say that you have to shut down and you can't work for now. If you're employed somewhere, you can always say that you had your employment and they've asked you to stay home for now, or you're just too scared to go to work. Nobody can tell you that you cannot go. Okay, so that would be completely up to you here. And the other things you can do is your credit cards. Credit cards, insurance companies, anything like that. You contact them with the same reason, for the same excuse, and it's not really excuse, this is so true, and you don't want to go out, you're scared, that you have family that's a little bit sick or have concerns, you need to be home and watch for them, or in the case of somebody like me, you have a kid that's at home and you got to watch for them, you got to take care of them, and they don't have school, they can't go to school, so somebody needs to stay, and you're scared to put them in a daycare, you're scared to hire a nanny or anybody like that for a chance. It's illegal at this point for them to ask you or force you to take certain steps for you to have money and pay them. Utilities, same thing. Do not have to pay them. That's fully deferred. Don't pay it, but I suggest you contact them, okay? You do call, you mention what your hardship is, you tell them what the situation is, and you ask why, and you find out how many days is the maximum you can have this deferred. If they don't give you long enough, you ask for more. I stop paying every one of them. If you have the insurance on your credit cards, you can contact them, apply. This is 100% guarantee that you'll be approved. They will make the monthly payments for you on the credit card. And continue to use those credit cards. Don't use your cash. Use the credit card because they will keep making the minimum payment, okay? And your interest can be fully deferred. It's not with the interest payment. Other reasons are other things that you can do, and other reasons are for you to get off having to pay some things like that is your loan, your car payment. Contact them just the same way. They're going to ask what you're doing with your car, and your insurance company for the car will ask you the same thing. You're having problems paying doesn't mean you're canceling it or putting it on hold, okay? If they're telling you, like your gym membership is telling you that we're just going to defer this, put on hold, no, you ask them to stop taking payments completely right now, but the membership will be activated as soon as it does get activated. Point is that you don't want any deferral months at the end. You want it canceled. You don't want to make any payments, and that's your right. You don't have to make a payment. All kinds of utilities the same. Credit card payments, I told you, stop paying, but apply for that insurance if you have it. If you don't, I know they're very busy right now. Call and add the insurance. If you don't have that and you cannot even add that job loss or disability insurance, you stop paying the credit card. You call the credit card company itself, and then you tell them you're having financial hardship or you have to stay home because of family or kids. Or because of your job situation, you don't have a job anymore right now, you don't have income coming in, either one of them work. Just write it down so you know what you're talking about when you call. Stick to the same thing and do the same story. It's not a story, it's your situation for every one of those calls that you're doing now. So you don't forget, write it down, that what you explained, what your situation is, and so you don't stutter when you call them. Another thing you could stop, let me think, is your utilities, your car insurance, your car loans, your mortgage payment on any properties you got, insurance on any properties you got, and credit cards and credit card payments, but you can continue using them. Don't use your cash, save your cash. And other thing is, do not do any major purchases, because if it comes down the road, you're explaining you're having all these problems, but you want to finalize a big purchase just during this time, like a house, or you can't ask Scotiabank or RBC to waive your car loan payment and your credit card payment, but in a week or two, you want to buy a house and you want to get your mortgage from RBC. Okay, it's got to make sense. This is not a bad time. Continue buying properties, continue selling properties if it makes sense. Important thing is which bank you deal with and which bank you're asking for deferrals. You do not go with the same bank when it comes for your mortgage or anything like that, or any other kind of big loan like a car or any other big loan, your student loan. Student loans, completely off the book. Do not pay. You can get the maximum. 6 months is the minimum deferral. Get it. Call. Get it done. Join our group. Go on Ask Rob the Advisor. In that group, I'll be posting things, and other people and other members of our team will keep advising you and updating you on all the things you can do, such as the big GST checks and CRA and Service Canada site, and the applications that you can fill out to get that money, and how you can get the exact details of how you can get these things deferred. Join the group. Join the chats, and soon we have the Zumwalt University running, and we got the courses. Those courses explain everything about all these details, and we're just adding things that are just coming up regarding this coronavirus. You need to be at least financially safe. That way you can stay home as much as possible and stay away from social gatherings. We can kill this disease fast. Get back to our investing. Talk to you soon.